Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay. What can I do for you?
I'm from Nigeria.
Nice. What can I do for you?
Sorry?
Okay. All right. Best of luck, love. You take care. Mooch, what's going on?
Not too much. How are you?
Great, great. What can I do for you?
All right, so I got this situation going on, right? And it's kind of like my partner's one foot in, one foot out because it's something that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like cheating or anything like that, but I was in communication with somebody I shouldn't have been in communication with. But now it just seems like no matter what I do, no matter the argument, whatever it is, she uses that as like her stomping ground, is something to stand on.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if it's a completely unrelated situation, she's gonna bring that up, and then I end up feeling like there's nothing for me to combat with that. I've already lost the argument because she keeps using something that she claims she's trying to move past.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what's your question?
How do I guess, like, how do I maneuver through that?
There's not much you can do, man. Once trust is broken, it's like you can't really you can't really do much to get it back. Like she has to be open to working towards trusting you again. But if she's just going to throw this same unique situation in your face every time y'all have a disagreement, then that's not a workable situation, you know?
Okay.
So I'm sure you've told her to stop. I'm sure you've apologized multiple times, right? And that hasn't worked, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like ultimately either she decides to work on moving past it or y'all just have to end the relationship. Just one of those two things have to occur.
All right. I appreciate that.
No problem, Mooch. You take care.
You too.
Mm-hmm. Brandon, what's happening, big dog?
What's goody? What's goody? So
Chilling.
remember a couple weeks ago, I was like, I gotta get some more data about a situation about me talking to somebody about, and they were like, they just got out of a situation, and you remember that, right? Or need more context?
It's been a minute, brother. Give me a quick little recap.
Yeah, the law's a little crazier now than back in when I started talking about it. But
yeah,
no, I was talking to somebody, and I was trying to fill her out, start trying to get to know her. Like she wanted to be on more like a friend vibe,
mm-hmm.
but the actions kind of were outside of a friend realm, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it was more like, I don't think we talk on the phone like we used to back in the like early 2000s when we were coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I take that shit kind of like, I don't take it lightly because I don't be on the phone with people a lot. But certain things like that, there was like little things, those little, I guess like situations like that, like we would talk for hours. So, and we're getting to know each other. Like, I don't think that's on some friend shit. So I guess, but I got the data I needed. It fizzled out. It's one of those situations where it's like, damn, we should have, when she was like, I'm not trying to be overwhelmed. And we were talking about how you should just like let things, don't try to pursue a relationship with somebody, meet them at their emotional level. That's what I was doing. So that I was trying to meet her at her emotional level, but I think I overstepped slightly, and it scared her away.
Why do you think you overstepped?
Just in natural conversation. When the conversation's so good, you just slip up. You're like, "Hey, man, I'm really rocking with you." Something slight like that.
Got you.
And I think that scared her, and I was like, "Damn, well, I blew it." But it's on. But it's to me, it's like that's just God's divine protection.
I agree.
Because if somebody's not emotionally ready to have those conversations, even though it's a lot of other things, and I don't really want to put her business out there, but
sure.
She got a lot of other shit going on, and I get it. That's good for me because I don't have that shit going on in my life. So, and the stuff that she's kind of dealing with is stuff I dealt with 5-6 years ago. And I'm trying to, I was going, I was like, I could be cool with you. And then, I can help you navigate that shit, but it's up to you if you want to get through it, So and I saw those signs early, so I'm thankful. You know, I'm thankful for that. But,
So when you say that you scared her off, what specifically happened that gave you that picture?
what of her having those issues or what?
No, when you say you scared her off, when you like said you were rocking with her, like what specifically happened to let you know that you scared her off?
So me not knowing like her what was actually going on her side, I actually started seeing that she's still like dealing with somebody else, and I mean, I give her credit, she was honest about that, but it's too soon. Like it was just like I don't really believe in the wrong time and wrong person type of thing.
Yeah.
But if we had a context of if that was the wrong time to meet somebody is when they're coming off of somebody else, that's where I was at. Like I'm the new nigga meeting. And I'm trying to, navigate that, while she's still dealing with somebody else. So that's typically, how that probably happened. But,
Okay, so she let you know from the very beginning that she was dealing with somebody else?
Yeah. But it was like, to me, how in hindsight, when you first started talking, it's like, I moved on from it. But really, she didn't move on from it. She still kind of deals with the dude.
Okay.
And I kind of picked that up weeks later. So after I brought up the situation originally when I came online, it was still fresh, and I was like, I need some more information. And then
Gotcha.
now I realized she's still kind of stuck between. And then it's like it's not a love triangle because we've never been intimate, but she's been intimate with the other dude.
How did you find out that she was still dealing with him?
Oh, she told me, and that's why I was like, oh shit, let me fall back then. Like this ain't that type of party. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, yeah, but it mean the vibe was cool, but you can't just live off of vibes, and that's what the situation. It sucks, but hey.
Give me context from the beginning though, like how'd y'all meet and everything like that?
Oh shit, TikTok love. Like TikTok is my DMs are kind of crazy sometimes, but
yeah,
this is more me shooting my shot though, so it was I slid in hers, but
right.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, keep it cordial, keep it P. She's still kind of like dealing with stuff that I think she's like in that phase. I can't really say it's a whole phase, but it's like a phase when you start to feel yourself. Like when you feeling yourself, we already been through that shit years ago. So I know I'm him. I don't need to show the world I'm him. I think she's trying to show the world that she's her.
Okay. So it's like she younger?
Slightly. Not too far from me, like maybe 3 years.
Okay. So she DM'd you initially? Or you say you slid in her DMs, right?
I slid in her, yeah.
Okay. And y'all were chopping it up back and forth, and then you asked her out?
Yeah. Asked her out. We kind of was like, we're just going to meet at this spot. And, very lightly, like, that's what I like anyway. I like those very light, like, let's meet up, get to see each other in person, and then try to go on. We never even got to the point. Like I said, this is all in the course of a month. We didn't even get a chance to go on a date. I tried to take her out, but she was really trying to kick that friendship. So I kind of bailed out at that point.
Was she trying to kick the friendship before y'all got together or after y'all met up in person?
After we kind of like met up in person.
Okay. The friend vibe was based on her experience of you.
Yeah, but that's weird though to me because after I seen her the first time, I went back home to Virginia where I'm from, kicked it, spent Christmas or whatnot, got time, that's when we really started like vibing, like I'm talking about on the phone for like 3 to 4 hours, and that's I'm like that's just weird, like it's not weird to have a conversation with somebody, but it's weird to be talking to somebody that long and try to label it as some friendship, like that's weird to me. I don't talk to people. I don't even converse with people. I don't think a lot of us do, unless we're trying to pursue something and see where this thing could go. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm wrong.
I would say that I wouldn't say it's weird, bro, because she obviously likes you as a person, but we have to throw your historical patterns into the mix, right? Yeah. So historically, you've had an issue with like creating spark. Come across as a bit too safe. So her throwing the friend frame on you is more than likely due to her experience of you, right? So that like communicates that there's still more work to be done there, right? Like, yeah, you have to be a bit more. You got to like lean into boldness, damn near like overcorrect. overcorrect on boldness so you can calibrate it right? Like
Yeah.
what you want to do is like you're here, you need to like go here so you can end up here, right? Because you're not going to be able to accurately judge how to go from here to here,
Yeah.
right? So you got to kind of overdo it and then kind of like
Engage it from there.
calibrate back to the middle, right? So if I were you, I would do things before you're ready. I would make moves before you're ready. I would say things you normally wouldn't say. I would be a bit more risky with that. And you may get adverse responses, right? But what you're trying to do is extend your comfort zone with that kind of stuff. Because I think the vibe I get from you is you don't have any kind of apprehension of doing those type of things. It seems like you need a good degree of comfort before you feel comfortable making those type of moves.
Yeah, you might be slightly right. I feel like I'm doing slightly okay when it comes to like making those moves and then making it known. Like I'm not trying to be your fucking friend. Like I
Yeah.
throw the little cool banter. I joke around. I make it known. You know what I mean? I think that's what to me. I felt like it was the opposite in this particular situation because
Yeah.
it was like I was going on too strong, and I was like, to me. Like when you looking, totality of it, I'm looking at it like, damn, I haven't done anything. I didn't even get in the kitchen to cook.
Yeah, it's like but like okay, let me you want to do better with building tension. I don't know you very well. Like we've never met in person. We will when I come to Dallas, but I've not met you, right? But if I can create a model of just the impression that I have of you, I would imagine that you're very agreeable in person, like especially with women, right? So you probably aren't disagreeing. You're probably not sharing an alternative perspective with her, right? That creates a bit of friction. Tension. Think of tension as like taking social risks. You can only build tension when you take a social risk, right? So when you hold eye contact for a couple of beats longer than normal, you're taking a social risk. You're doing something out of the ordinary, right? When you disagree with somebody or share an opposing viewpoint, you're taking a social risk, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way you're thinking about it is like, well, I'm intentional. She knows that I don't like. You're thinking about friend zone from the perspective of like, okay, the guys who get in the friend zone are guys who never share that they have desire for the woman, right? Partially correct, but the other part of it is they don't build tension. They're safe. They're choosing safe conversations. They're agreeable. They don't show. They don't ever disagree. They never take a social risk at all. So when I was talking about being more bold, it was more so like take more of a social risk, right? Yeah, that's kind of what you want to do. You want to build a bit more sexual tension with these women because when you do that, when a woman puts you in the friend zone, she's essentially saying, I wasn't in my body. I didn't feel anything in your presence, right? I didn't feel anything. Like, yeah, you may have lit me up cognitively, right? We probably had a great conversation. We probably connected psychologically, but I didn't feel anything. That's why I said, like, you have to get them in their body, right? There's more that I can unpack here, but the big picture of it is going to be build a bit more tension. And the easiest way to build tension is to take social risk. We can unpack it further if necessary, but that's going to be your growth edge, right? Because like I made a video saying how to know when you're making a mistake versus if it's just the natural volatility that exists within the marketplace, right? You can deal with a woman who self-sabotages, who is immature, right? Like sometimes things are out of your control, but how can you tell the difference between when something was out of your control and when something was a mistake that you were doing? And the number one way is if it has become a pattern, right? So like, for example, I have not been put in the friend zone since in my adult life. It's not happened. No woman has ever been like, I feel a platonic vibe. It's all the women I've done, it's never happened, right? Even women who I've been platonic with, they still don't feel that way. There's still some tension, attraction there. So there's something that you're doing that's creating that vibe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I be looking at myself like, all right, what am I doing here? Before I start pointing fingers, what am I doing wrong? But yeah, I feel you. I'm gonna work on that because like, I've been chilling though. I've been kind of laid back, just working, you know, just kicking it. But like when I stepped out, I was like, let me see what this is first. Let me experience this first and see how I feel afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like I said, there's other factors too. And I agree with you though, because that's the first thing that as soon as you hit that initial attraction, you hit that spark, you get that vibe, and you got the good energy going. But it was other things that I feel like kind of like got in the way of it. And
I'm
like
sure.
the stuff, like I said, the stuff that she's into, and I was like, I don't know. I think that's where we started like separating.
It probably wouldn't, even if you did what I just suggested, this situation probably wouldn't work. I believe you. I just want you to, I don't want you to keep being put in this category.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, once you do make this shift, you'll be good. Good dude, good looking guy. Like you're socially good, right? So it's like, this is the missing ingredient. Once you do this, you'll be fine. You'll stop making like dating content once you do this, because you're like, I don't really need to make dating content anymore, because it's like shit is shaking now. So this is the one thing. And again, we can unpack it more if you want to, but that's the big picture of it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm thinking about. I'm definitely tapping in. I've been patiently waiting. I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me. I might just slide on my boy real quick and tell him about this one. So I can give you full context of the totality of it. But this in my opinion, to wrap it all up, this situation just wasn't going to be good for me regardless. Like it wasn't serving purpose for me.
Yeah, especially if she was dealing with somebody else. Like he automatically has the advantage.
Yeah. And I'm not mad. Like I said, we keep it peak. You ain't gonna never see me sweating.
Exactly.
It's just it's just good to have this talks, like talk to you, talk to everybody in chat. Like this is the stuff that we need to pack in the community. Period.
Right.
But, so I'm always gonna use myself as.
But you got inbound leads coming in, so it's all good. You know, you in rare form right now. You know what I mean? Not many men can say they got inbound leads. DMs coming their way, so you know.
Listen, I mean, it's not always the best, but people already have that perception of you when you make the type of content I make, and you can't be a dating influencer without it being like, oh, you got hoes. I'm like, well, yeah, I am that one nigga out of 9,999.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, though. It's good energy, though, man. I appreciate you as always.
Absolutely, bro. Make sure to keep me posted, all right?
All right, for sure. I'll get up with you later.
All right, big dog.
All right, yeah.
He's a good dude, man. All right. What do you feel about age gaps in dating? How much gap is too much? I don't think it really matters after 25. To be honest with you, someone's 25 is an adult; they can make their own decision. You're 25, you want to date a 60-year-old, knock yourself out, right? But generally speaking, the rule of thumb is half your age plus 7 is the youngest that you can go. Half your age plus 7. It's like for me, I'm 35, so that would be what, 25? The youngest I can go. CC, what's going on?
Hello. How are you feeling today, Coach?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. After last night's shenanigans.
I still got the mics hard. I still got the mics hard on deck, so you know.
No. Well, I'll tell you. Was it Mark After Dark? No, the spreadsheet's full. We had a meeting. The spreadsheet is full.
It's full?
No more.
Okay.
You're gonna have to knock somebody off.
Okay.
So that's how we make it space, okay?
Okay, I got you.
So the mods, we collectively agreed. Hannah's already doing the background checks, but yeah, the spreadsheet's full. So ladies in the chat, sorry, the spreadsheet's full right now. So recruiting season, we just gotta stop for a little bit. Okay.
We gotta make a look. We gotta take a look at the new recruits first, and then like if there's any layoffs, we'll keep you posted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wait list.
Yeah.
But we're 30 minutes in, you guys. We gotta keep tapping that screen so this live can be found. We're kind of starting off a little slow today. Not that many people in the queue, but that's okay. We're gonna get those numbers up. The goal is 60K within this first hour, so we gotta power tap as fast as we can to get there. more people are gonna find this live. That's why we ask you guys to tap so much. It lets TikTok know there's interaction that's happening in this live, and they're gonna send more people this way as it moves up as they're scrolling through. So we want people to join so we can hear the juicy stuff, get the advice, learn, grow, all the good things. And you also want to make sure you grab that orange daily heart me up at the top, that orange heart. That's what you want to go ahead and click that. It's got a few things in there. Send a comment, send a gift, all kind of things to help you interact with the live as well. Also down at the bottom, we have our gray arrow. This is, we've shared 126 times. I don't know if that's true. On my end, that's what it's saying. But if that's true, good job, everybody. But let's repost to the stories and get this live out there as fast as possible. So thank you guys for joining in today. Let's power, tap, let's go, chat, let's go, let's go, let's go. If you'd like to join the panel, please request. And you're going to have to wait for a mod to bring you up if you have a public page. If you have a private page, post is only one that's going to be able to bring you up, and it might take a little bit of time before he notices. So just be careful with that. You can also make your page public, so that way the mod can let you up right away. It's a little bit faster. You want to start off with your question or your update, and then give your contacts. We appreciate you guys coming in, sharing your live stories, getting the advice, getting the growth. Thank you guys so much. Let's go, chat. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Appreciate you, CC.
Thank you.
All right, let's see what we got next. D. Hello. Hello. Okay. D did not mean to join. It's all good. Again, guys, if y'all have a question, make sure to hit that button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person, and I or one of my mods will bring you up, all right? Bring you up. In the meantime, you can drop a question in the chat, and I will answer questions there until we get another caller, all right? It's very informative. What was very informative? Hello. Hello? All right. Well, y'all said, Maj, y'all said they can't get After Dark until we hit goal. Is that what we're doing? We're caging the After Dark segment until we hit goal? I don't know, I don't know people fucking with the After Dark like that. I do that just... Can lustful men change? Sure. Yeah. Will they is the question. Did I miss Cutwater? No, you didn't. I never got the Cutwater. I forgot, and then I had to go get, I got some Mike's Hard Lemonade. And I'm still drinking it, actually. So I was drinking it last night. Continuing to drink it tonight. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So, I have a question. In the lieu of Bridgerton debuting their newest episodes, a statement on the show made me think, and I want to preface and say I agree with the statement because I've seen it in real life. It's not 100% foolproof, but do you believe that former man whores make great husbands? Or reformed. I'm sorry, reformed, not former, reformed.
How are we defining great husbands?
Just keep it general. Your general things that typically women would classify a man as a great husband. clearly the loyalty, if he's reformed, he's not a cheater anymore. So the loyalty, a good partner, provider, all of the general things.
I mean, a man whore doesn't bleed into or lend itself to being a good provider. Or
But he's reformed.
I
The term
understand.
was rake, but a reform is basically a reformed man whore in so many ways.
Reform meaning that they are no longer a man whore.
Correct.
But reform does not mean that I now provide. I'm a good provider, or I'm emotionally intelligent, or I repair conflict, or right. Like so there's gonna be qualifications that or certain qualities that are missing just because somebody no longer is having sex with a lot of people. Right. Now, I think he could be a great lover as a husband, right? He probably is going to be effective with turning his wife on. Sex will probably be good. That is important to a marriage. So within those categories, within the category of being a lover, yes, I would say that's an advantage. But just not being promiscuous does not automatically make you good relationship material.
Okay. I thought it was interesting that statement stood out to me because just in real life, in real time, I've seen it happen twice. Not for me personally, but others. And it turned out so well for them. Not saying I'm looking for a reform rake, but I was quite surprised with me hearing that statement. And it was like they might be onto something.
Yeah, I think in those situations, they probably also already had those traits. And they were also a man whore, right? So it's like a false positive. But I think just because somebody is a man whore, just because they're sleeping around, does not mean that if they stop doing that, that they're going to be a good investment.
Okay. All right.
So you on the market for a reformed man whore now? That's what you're telling me?
That is not what I'm telling you.
That's what it sounds like.
No,
We probably
I just
got a
went
few
to
in the
watch
chat.
it last night, and it was, it was riveting. I definitely enjoyed it. So
What was their opinion on it? Did they just propose the question, or did they actually take a position?
the person, like the main character of this season? He's like the second oldest, and since he wasn't the oldest and he had all the responsibilities, he just slept around basically. And then he finally finds this woman. Sorry if you want to see him Bridgerton, but he finally finds a woman he's interested in, and then like he gives up his past ways to like basically pursue this woman.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So they never.
I mean, clearly it's a fairy tale, but
Yeah. Okay. So this was just part of the show.
yeah, it's
Okay.
like one of the main one of the main reasons, like one of the top situations of the show, because all past seasons he was the man whore, like he was just the son that slept around, and all of a sudden now, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is that a good show? I've never seen Bridgerton. I've heard people
Oh
mention
gosh,
this.
please, if you, and especially since you are like you in the realm of like dating and all that that kind of stuff, I think it's a fun, easygoing watch. That's not, it's nothing intricate, no intellectual, like, oh my gosh, groundbreaking thinking. Just some mindless, great entertainment that's not cringe.
It's Shonda Rhimes, isn't it? Isn't she the creator?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, she's good.
Shondaland, yes. Come back to Shondaland. Yes.
I might check it out. Do some research.
You should.
I appreciate the question, though, love.
It's very unserious. It's very unserious. So lightweight, super lightweight.
It's all good. Sometimes it's good.
Exactly.
But I appreciate it, love.
Yes. Thank you.
Take care. Whoops. Hello.
Hello, how are you, sir?
Great. How are you?
Good. So I have good question. How can I avoid my remain? Every time I meet somebody, they're married. So how can I avoid? Of course, it's discussing talking to a man married. But how can I avoid a man married? Thank you.
So where are you meeting these guys? Like, how are you coming across them?
Some of them are in my city. So like we know each other sometimes, but they just go in sometimes, communicating with me, and I feel like they want to date with me. but they already married, which is, doesn't make sense to me to date with somebody who's already married.
Sure.
And I feel uncomfortable. And I'm just asking myself, what do I have, more on myself to interact men married?
Okay, so you said these guys, some of them know you.
They already know me, yeah.
Okay, so when
They're
they
in the community.
okay, so when they hit on you, what do you say?
Can you repeat one more time?
When they're expressing interest in you, what do you say?
Well, I sometimes, well, I ask like their life first, and they're pretty much honest. So I, due to my religion, it's they kind of follow the religion, like I'm a Muslim, by the way.
Okay.
So they want to, they pretend in following the religion, which is not religion, by the way, just based off cultures, having multiple wife, at the same time. But and I, to myself, I wouldn't, even though I'm having the same religion, but I wouldn't, do that, because I'm not comfortable going after, women. I deserve to have only my life having only one man, because the heart is just for one person. That's what I believe. But I just want to make sure, how can I avoid, because it doesn't make sense to me, every time I speak to somebody, they already married, and I'm just keep asking myself, and I'm here just to ask to you, how can I avoid that?
I mean, you said you're Muslim, and culturally they can have multiple wives, right?
Yeah.
So why does it not make sense to you why they would be interested in you?
But I just don't want to, it's I'm a Muslim, but it doesn't mean that I have to do what they want.
I hear you. No,
I have my choice.
I agree. I agree. But you said it doesn't make sense to you why a married man would be interested in you. But it's clear why, because culturally they can have multiple wives, right? So it makes sense. It makes sense why they would be interested in you, right? So this isn't something that you can really stop. The only thing that you can do is just tell them that you're not interested. But you can't stop. Outside of making yourself unattractive, there's not much you can do to stop a man who's interested in you.
Okay. How can I be like how can I be more attracted to a man who's not married than men married?
Men who are married are, if you are attracting married men, you are also attracted to men who aren't married. It's just that men who already are married are a bit more ballsy. They'll take more risk because they know they got a wife. So it's like, I have nothing to lose here, right?
Yeah.
So if you're attractive to married men, you're attractive to men who are not married. Are you saying that men who are not married never talk to you?
No, there is some of them. It's just based off like those that are not married, they're still talking to me, but it seems like when you are honest to them, and by the way, I am a single mother. I have one daughter. I have been divorced for like 4 years ago, and from that time that I've been divorced until now, this year that I be open to a relationship, but the 4 years that I've been divorced, I've been working on myself, being successfully, woman independent.
Sure.
and thankfully I have my own business now. I'm kind of open to a relationship right now, but when I'm open to someone who's interested, like those that are not married, they basically want just to have sex with me, and I can't do that due to my religion. I have to be married in order to do that. And then when I stop them, those that are not married, to have just because maybe they think that I was married, then when I talk to somebody who's married, they basically like offer me like marriage due to the religion to have multiple wife. I'm just kind of confused. Like I say, maybe it's not maybe the good time to be in a relationship. So yeah.
Okay, so the men who are not married just want to sleep with you?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I find out. Like when we having communication, like
Okay.
kind of started communicating. Yeah, that's what they. I feel like I feel because I've been married. I can feel due to the communication.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is just something that you have to be patient with, love. Like, that's going to
Yeah.
be a lot of the experience. A lot of people are going to want to just experience you and not commit long term. Um, it's probably going to be most of the guys who showcase interest in you are probably going to come from that place. So you just have to be patient and know how to discern when a man who's in alignment with you shows up. It'll happen, but you just have to be patient for it.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
No problem, love. You
Good
take care.
night.
I gotta educate myself more on cultural differences. That's a current blind spot. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you? What can I do for you? Gotcha. All right. Have a good day, bro. Noah, what's going on?
Hey man, what's up?
Good, good. What can I do for you, bro?
Hey bro, first time seeing the live, I had to say, bro, you sound very calm, you sound very composed. So I want to ask a question. I feel like most people on the live are much older than me, so that will come relevant in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with my girlfriend for around a year, and one of the things that comes up is that she doesn't have a lot of friends, specifically female friends, right? And I feel that this is important because, you know, she needs to have this female, circle that could support her. Now, I would love to give her all the support she needs, but I feel like some needs are only met by, other, girls, other women, right? Specifically women her age. I feel like it's very important for her development, etc., etc. Because I have friends and I feel so bad, man. Like every time I see her, just seeing her alone, and it's not from lack of trying. Honestly, she had very bad experiences with female friends. She doesn't have male friends or anything like that, but she fears that if she get close to any female friends, these female friends will come close to me, and they will, they'll start, trouble basically. So I'm not sure where to start with that. Honestly, I cannot introduce her to a female or something like that. Like this is crazy. And I dropped all of my female friends when we first met because that was that's what we agreed on basically. So I'm not sure, man. Like it's quite sad. Like she's 21. She's she's still developing. She didn't grow up from the best place. She has abusive parents, and I want that sort of community for her. And I don't know where to begin, man. I don't know where to begin.
So, what is motivating you to do this? Is this creating a problem in your relationship?
I feel like there's some sort of like she longs for like a motherly kind of I don't know, man. I don't know. Like she longs for this motherly thingy because she keeps calling her older relatives, and she basically thinks they're their mother, her mother. Sorry, she lacks this the feminine community thingy. That's how I feel, right? And I cannot fulfill that, right? And I'm very kind of I'm very you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I think so. So you said that you're picking up that she has a longing for some sense of social connection with women.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say so.
And you determine that how? Because she's talking to other women in her family, older women.
She would join like Discord groups and like online chats and stuff like that to chat with other like female friends. make friends there, and it just doesn't plan out. It doesn't work out, honestly, most of the time. And I feel like this is just because of the nature of communication. Sometimes they're online, sometimes they're not. So I feel like I'm not her father or anything, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's something important, you know, because I'm older than her, right? And having friends of the same gender kind of built me up, right? It gives you some, it teaches you some things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that could be important for her. And she acknowledges that, right? I'm not just speaking out from nowhere.
Sure.
But I don't know where to start, man.
Okay.
So I just want to hear your opinion.
So when you bring this up to her, because you said she's acknowledged it, how does she explain why she doesn't have any women friends?
She would say, because it happened in the past that she had a friend, and that friend was kind of hitting on me, like doing some weird shit. So she cut her off, right? And since then, and I'm sure she had something similar, maybe back in her past relationships, she only had two. But I feel like she has just bad experience. So every time I bring this up, she's like, okay, like this is what happened in the past. I'm kind of not ready yet, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But honestly, she's been out of that bad environment for a while now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's the correct time to make small steps. I have no idea where to begin.
Okay. So recently she had a friend who would hit on you, so she cut that friend off?
Yeah, it was recent. It was like 5-6 months ago, but yeah.
Okay. But that at that time, that was the only woman friend that she had?
Not really. That was her like close friend, I would say.
Okay, so what happened to the other friends?
She kept them on like she had her distance with them, and just life changes, and they just didn't communicate that much.
Was there like any kind of geographic distance between the two of them? Like, was it hard for her to connect with them?
Not really. I mean, she moved out of her parents' house, so that was quite a shift. She actually ran away from her parents' house because these fuckers were abusive. Excuse my words. They were very abusive. So there was like this life shift, and she thought that to have a new start, she has to cut off all the old people, you know.
Okay.
And yeah, that's where all the old friends disappeared.
Is she in any kind of therapy or anything right now?
She was, but not anymore.
Why not?
Why is that? Basically, her family was paying for the therapy, which, funnily enough, they caused the trauma for therapy. But then she ran away, and we kind of in a financial, which is a bit uptight financially.
Okay. So she has a traumatic upbringing. We're keeping that vague, right? I don't know the details of her upbringing, but my instincts say that the problem that you have identified is a symptom of a deeper problem. So
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, the trauma that she experienced seems like it impacted how she relates to other people, and may even influence the type of people that she brings into her life, right? And that is the reason why she has no friends right now, and even the friends who she had in the past were probably of lower character, right? So the solution here is not to magically make her make more friends. That's not the solution, because if she has a deep mistrust of other people, even if she does go out and form a new relationship, she won't be able to hold it. She'll sabotage it, right? Because if she mistrusts this person, she's going to find some sort of evidence that makes her justify ending the connection, right? So the real solution here is for her to work on healing whatever trauma she experienced in her childhood or with the people she grew up with. Gotta start. Yeah, we gotta start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, another belief that she has is that I have everything she would ever need, which I think I do, but not from the female connection side, you know. And I feel like it shows, but she doesn't notice it. Basically, it does acknowledge the problem, but she doesn't. I don't know. Like she maybe doesn't connect the dots here. That you know, I'm very. I'm a you know I grew up a man. I grew up very traditional, and it's so hard for me to express or embody. Like the concept alone is insane. You know, I cannot be a sort of pseudo female figure for her, right? Female friend figure for her.
Right.
And I feel like she needs to understand that, right? I cannot be that, you know? I
Sure.
cannot be that. And of course, I'm very, I take care of her 100%, you know? I don't shy away from any topics she brings up. She wants to talk about, you know, tea stuff, you know, whatever, you know, woman topics.
Mhm.
I'm all for her, you know? But
Have
I
you
feel like
have
she
you
needs
have
this
you
stuff.
shared this with her?
Yeah. I mean, she's on board with it. The problem here, we don't know where to begin. Maybe therapy is the start point to heal the underlying cause 1st.
Mhm.
But I feel like maybe if we kind of slowly, you know, I looked up like women's sport centers thingy. She loves to play badminton, so I want to put her on, drive her there. Maybe she will make friends there. I feel like
I wish it was that simple, brother. It's not that
Yeah, I
simple.
mean, I wish so. I
You're
wish
thinking
so.
you're thinking if I get her around women, then she'll naturally make friends with the women, right? But if she's telling you that like she has an irrational fear off of one experience, that if she, you know, the one experience being one of her friends flirted with you, now she's assuming if she makes new friends, they're all going to flirt with you. She has deeper problems she has to resolve, right? So even if you do get her around other women, she's going to be standoffish. Even if she does connect with them, she's not going to be able to hold the connection. She's going to sabotage the connection, right? The only solution is for her to handle the core issue, which is healing that trauma, okay?
Yeah, I guess so. But you know, we're getting desperate because healing that issue would be therapy, right? And therapy ain't cheap, you know. So I don't know. But we'll see, man. I think you confirmed some of my beliefs.
Yeah,
But,
well, keep me posted
yeah,
on how
wish
it
us
goes,
luck.
man. I wish you best of luck. I know it's a difficult situation. I know she's very overbearing because she's trying to make you everything in her life. I get it. But this, if you want a way out, this is the way out, bro.
No, bro, she's a sweet woman, man. Like she's worth it.
I like that.
All
I
right,
like
man.
that.
Thank you so much, bro.
Keep me
Yeah,
posted, all right?
listen.
Let me know how it progresses, all right?
All right, bro.
All right, take
I'll
care,
follow
bro.
you.
Sounds good, brother. You take care. All right, who we got next?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, Chief?
Let me turn my camera on. How you doing today?
Good, man. How about yourself, bro?
Man, I can't complain. I'm doing all good. Alright, so I'm gonna explain my situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 20. I just got out of pardon me. I just got out of prison like about 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I got a girl I was talking to when I went in. I've been talking to her since I was like 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like, I want to know how, like, right now, she don't want to, like, to mess with me. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
she think I'm still doing, like, stuff I was doing when I was, like, when I was younger. But I'm trying to get my stuff together. But you know, it's hard when you, like, a felon and then you looking for jobs and
Right.
they not hiring you. And, you know, I got tattoos on my face. And I can't get none of the tattoos. I got removed because I ain't really got the funds for it right now. So
Right.
I'm trying to show her that I'm, like, mature and I'm not really, you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not really trying to do none of the stuff I did previously, but she don't want to, like, rock. Like, she wants to, but,
Yeah.
like, I don't know what I can, like, do to show her that I'm, like, not, like, you feel me?
How-
Still on the little boy stuff I was on,
How long you been out?
like, about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. How long were you in?
I was in since I was 18.
Okay. Okay. 2 years.
And I understand the whole, like, I am focusing, like, I don't really go too girl crazy.
Yeah.
It's just, like, because I could talk to anybody else. Like, there's a hella girls I be wanting to, like,
Sure,
talk to
sure.
me, but it's like I want like this specific one. You feel me? Because I feel like this one is right. I feel like all the other girls, like if I don't do the stuff I was doing when I was younger,
Yeah.
they're not gonna mess with me. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
Or they gonna mess with me, but they gonna mess with me for the wrong reasons.
Right, right.
Like she the type that'll really like be with me for my. You feel me?
Yeah. So when's the last time you talked to Shorty?
Yesterday.
Okay.
We talk, but it be on some like we talk, but she'll contact me to make sure I'm doing good and like not doing the stuff I was doing, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah, she if she's talking to you, bro, she's on board as soon as she sees you going in like a positive trajectory.
right.
You know what I mean? Like if you didn't have her attention, if she like cut you off on talking to you, that'd be a different situation, right?
Yeah.
But she's talking to you. She's
well, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Another thing I'm gonna tell you is y'all probably gonna say I'm messy for this, or I'm like, or I don't know, but she do got like somebody she talking to right now, but the dude she talking to is like how I put it. He like I can tell she'll still talk to me and not really rock with him because the stuff she be telling me, like she'll come back and tell me, oh yeah, I wish you would get your stuff together so we could be together, but you not, and he like do this and stuff. He a athlete.
okay. How long she been with him?
Like a year.
So
When
they-
I was locked up, she was with him, but she
Gotcha.
was still sending me stuff.
Gotcha.
Like,
Okay, so you already.
I'm not the type of cat to like trash talk another man.
I
or,
got you.
like,
I got you.
Anytime she try to come with me with that, I tell her like I don't want to hear it. Like you get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like this is just you with him. You feel me? So.
Gotcha.
But,
Okay.
Like she was with him, she was sending stuff on my books. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
like come visit, and I'd be like, yo, he know you. Like she'd be like, nah. Then tell him I'll be like, damn, that's crazy. But
That makes more sense then. That makes more sense. If she was single, she would 100% be with you. What she's in right now is she's not trying to sacrifice what she got going on. You got to be a good investment. You feel me?
Right.
So she's in a place where she's like, all right, she might be somewhat comfortable with Buddy, and getting with you would be a step down because you ain't got your stuff in order yet, right?
Yeah.
So you have to just show that you got your stuff in order. You got a plan to justify her making the exit, right?
Right.
So what's your plan? You've been thinking about? I know you're fresh out, but like, what's the plan?
Right now, I really want to run my own business. Like, I got an ear for music, and I live in a city where it's like we full of talent, man. I'm young, but I feel like I'm like, as far as recognizing talent, like that go like so much farther than my years. Like,
Right.
like I sense talent like this. Like, it could be something simple as kid tapping on the table. I'll be like, yo, like, let me hear you sing something, rap something real quick. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna record you. I done recorded a kid rapping. He went viral.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like, I always wanted to run my own record label.
Yeah.
But those just, but for right now, I'm trying to find a job, man. Like,
Right.
And I'm going in these jobs and like they just profiling me like, oh, I'm going in these jobs with suits. You feel me? Resume, all that, man. Code switching, like they not, like they just not going.
I wouldn't go that route. To be honest with you,
Right.
I wouldn't meet because it's an uphill battle, man. Like there's places that will hire you, but it's like you up against a full system. You know what I mean? A system that's kind of meant to keep you out of it. So I would not even waste your time with that. I would focus on like trying to get some sort of trade, some sort of foundation.
Trade,
Right.
Like what's that, like electrician and stuff like that?
Yeah, electrician, plumbing, all that kind of stuff. Even your barber's license, right? Like become a barber, something like that, right? Get you a solid base, right? Get you a solid base, and then pursue the dream, right? Don't just pursue the dream because you can't control it. You know what I mean? That's gonna hurt you. But if you get the solid base and you pursue the dream, you'll be in a good spot. You'll be in a good spot. As soon as you get that base, as soon as you get that base, you're good. She going as soon as you, like, say for instance you going to barber school, right? She's going once you go to barber school. You ain't even got to graduate barber school. Once you get in barber school, that'll be enough for her to be like, okay, yeah, he's headed.
Yeah, switch where boom.
Yeah,
she'll be on something like, oh yeah, like I said, I'm focused on myself, but it's like I like her, man. You know, we men when the art went with the art, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I've been talking to her since I was like 11, man, 12, like I want to, like, I'll marry this girl. Like, this the type of relationship we got. It's just, it ain't going so good right now because she still think I'm like, and I be trying to tell her, like, nah, man, like, I'm not flat broke right now, but if I wanted to, I could go out right now and, like, come up on some bread, but I'm not trying to go that road. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But don't try to convince her of it with your words.
Okay. Oh,
right.
I
You know what I mean?
Actions
So
speak
like
better than-
you should you really want to play it like get into a trade or whatever you choose to do, right? And shit, don't tell her from a place of like this is what I'm about to do. Like when you do drop it on her, drop it like I've already done it, right? Like let's say you going to barber school. Share that you already like the way I would share it is like my first day going, right? So you on the phone with her, you're like, what are you doing? I'm going to barber school. Like when did you get into barber school, right? So like you not so from her perspective, it's like you're not doing it for her. Because if you start telling her what you're about to do, it reads as like you're doing it for her,
I'm
right?
doing it for her. Okay.
If you just share with her like what you've already done and it's already in progress, it's gonna hit a lot different, right? You do that, she'll be more willing to go ahead and leave, buddy.
So you saying I should just like do my thing right now, and then whenever we talk, or I should just not get in contact, and then when I get something going on, that's when I should start like building that back up.
Yeah, 100%.
Got you.
100%.
All right, man. I'm gonna follow you. I appreciate y'all. big
My
dog,
man. Keep me posted on how it goes, all right?
All right, man. Thank you. Have a good one, man.
All right, big dog. All right. Built by Omen. What's going on? Are you coming in kind of low, bro? Kind of muffled. Same thing, brother. You got headphones in or something?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Hold on a second, I'm just fucking. Yeah, I just had a quick, like, your opinion or advice on, like, when you, like, fuck up, when you're in, like, a relationship and shit, and then you kind of fuck up.
You said when you fuck up in a relationship?
You kind of, like, you act a bit feminine or you get too emotional, like, and you can tell. And then, like, man, or lose a little bit of attraction.
You're cutting, bro. You're cutting in it. Your audio's cutting in and out. I'm having a hard time making out what you're saying.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got off. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like some shit was, like, tough with my life and shit, and then I got stressed and kind of acted emotional. And I think I kind of, like, made her lose attraction. How would you say I rebuild it, or when I'm already in a relationship and I live with her?
Okay. How long have y'all been together?
Since, like, May 1st.
May 1st? Okay. So not long. Okay. So when you say you've been acting emotional and she's been losing
Just,
attraction.
like one time, like a couple days ago. I think, a couple days ago. I just got super stressed out and then just kind of lashed it on her and was trying to get her to, I don't know, I just didn't figure out, because I'm not really, like, an emotional type of person, so I don't really, like, don't tell her about my feelings. I guess, a bunch of other shit in my life made it, like, difficult, and then I kind of just blew up in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And she was reassuring me and stuff like that, but I feel like she kind of distanced herself. And I'm trying to see, like, how can I just rebuild it and, you know, be more masculine back.
Okay. What did you blow up over, and in what way did you blow up?
It's not a specific thing. It was more like I just didn't know, like, what was bothering me, and I was telling her, like, because, like, I was telling her she can't have guy friends, things like that, but I didn't mean it like that, because she did have, like, her, like, male coworker, like, DMing her, and I was telling her, like, that's not kind of, you know, that's not good. I don't really fuck with that. And then she kind of blew up, and she's like, alright, I'll unfollow and delete them all, things like that. But then I started talking about some other shit. But
Have you called in before?
yeah, I've called him before.
Was this about a similar situation with a coworker?
Yeah.
And she was bringing the coworker up?
No, she didn't bring her up, but after that, I seen them, like, I remember we drank a bit, and then I saw them DMing, but it's like just sending memes and, like, low-key small things like that. But
So you didn't call in before saying that she kept bringing like the coworker up.
Yeah, she here and there she would just talk about like her work, and then she would talk about him. But it wasn't like that. Like she'd bring up him only as like just everyone. But I don't know. I guess I felt some type of way with that one because he looks like the type of guy that she's hooked up with before.
Yeah. I have a
a
video in my drafts about your situation. I haven't even posted it yet. After we had that conversation, I got a whole video in my drafts about this specific situation. Yeah, you did some damage. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
You did some damage.
I know you told me not to talk about it, but I brought it up still.
Yeah, the strategic play in that situation would be to focus on yourself, keep focusing on your goals, all that kind of good stuff, and just win the game of like being more desirable over time, right? You don't want, she has attraction for her coworker, 100%, no denying it, right? You want to behave in a way where your attractiveness is right here. So even if she does have attraction for him, because you're attractive, right, you're still a good bet. So it's like there's no reason for her to really invest in this guy. But when you complain about him and you come across as insecure, it drops, right? Now he got the advantage. And he's around your girl longer because they work together. So,
like, I never brought her anything up about him. Like, and I never complained about him. It was just that one day, a couple days ago, I was just like, because another guy also, like, her old friend, her boyfriend, like, DM'd her. So I was like, oh, what the fuck? But that guy I'm not worried about. But I was just like, I was trying to bring up, like, why, like, because my culture, we don't really do, like, guy friends and shit. We kind of keep it same. But I was trying to explain that to her, and then I guess it got messy, and I didn't know how to communicate it properly, and I just told her, like, you shouldn't be having guy friends in the first place. And then she just deleted all of them.
okay.
But,
Okay.
but I
So,
know that's probably stupid.
and you said y'all had this conversation when?
2 days ago?
2 days ago? And she's acted different ever since?
Not super different. But I feel like, she's just kind of holding it in. But I can feel like maybe there's attraction probably lost, or there's no concrete difference, but I'm just trying to prevent anything before it happens.
Okay, but you haven't seen any kind of behavioral shifts.
No, nothing like that yet.
Okay, so this is mostly in your head then.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You don't mess things up in these type of situations off of one-off conflict. It's normally death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, I got it.
So it's you showing insecurity time and time and time again, right? And then over time, it's like you just kill the connection. So don't look at it like this one-off situation ruined your relationship. That's not the case. You did crack it a bit,
Yeah.
right? But moving forward, I default. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know I was acting insecure in that moment. Like, I admit it, and I told her that too. But I'm just trying to see like how I could recover that.
Listen.
'Cause usually I'm like the entire time I've been secure, never cared about it, and like even honestly now I don't. But in just that moment, I was like at a weak point. So I think
Don't listen, but don't be hard on yourself though.
Yeah.
Don't be hard on yourself. Any man or woman in the chat who don't understand this situation is being very naive. Context. This woman would bring up her male coworker when our caller was talking about himself, right? So he would talk about himself, what he has going on. Her brain would default to her male coworker, and she would bring that up in the conversation. That's not a good thing to do. That would make anyone insecure. I don't care who you are. I don't care how secure you think you are. Women, imagine a woman who objectively looks better than you. I'm not saying that situation here. And your man, you talking about yourself, you got your nails done. Oh, Susie at my job got nails like that the other day too. And that happens time and time again. how would you feel in that situation? It will make anybody insecure, right? That's not a good situation to be in. She absolutely does have some degree of attractives for her coworker.
Yeah,
Right.
she tells me she doesn't find him attractive. She's like, he's yucky, but he looks exactly like her previous. Like,
No, don't buy that. She's trying to get your you off the scent, right?
No, that's what I'm saying.
But she thinks about him. That's the clue. Her brain out of everything she could think about, her brain naturally pings on that. That's very insightful, right? So, yes, it's not a good situation to be in, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's technically not doing anything wrong, but it is unwise and it is sloppy on her behalf, right? So,
like, I know she won't cheat like that, but I feel like it's just like
don't ever say that. Don't ever say that. I'm not telling you she will. I'm just saying that's not a good mindset to have, because it's like people are people. Okay? People are people. So don't ever say somebody won't cheat. Don't put nothing past nobody. All right? So don't get that confident in the situation. Okay? So in this situation, if you need to set the boundary, you can set the boundary. But here's the thing, though. If you set the boundary, you have to be willing to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We tried the first strategy. You couldn't hold that, understandably, right? First strategy I gave you made sense on paper. Very hard to implement in practice, okay? Set the boundary, right? You kind of did that in this conversation that you're referencing. You just did it in an emotional way. You kind of want to set the boundaries, especially the first time you address something in a very like non-emotional way, right? But you're human. Give you grace for that. Well, if you set the boundary though, you got to be willing to walk away if it's not respected. Because if you set the boundary and then she starts doing this again, you find out that they're still in contact, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you bring it up again and you stay with her, she's going to lose respect for you. And women have to respect you in order to maintain attraction for you. If they don't respect you, they're not attracted to you anymore. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So setting a boundary and then not enforcing it will cause her to lose respect. That will cause her to lose attraction. And those are the conditions where a lot of people cheat. Okay, especially women.
The thing is also like, she's known this coworker for like 3 years, you know, like she's known him for a while. Even before us, she was in another relationship. She's known him then too. And there's another coworker guy too that she talks about, but he's actually like, looks like he's ugly and shit like that. Like, so I know he's not gonna do anything like that, but I feel like it's maybe just trying to throw me up a little bit. But
yeah, no, I get it. But it's like when you enter in relationships, like there's trade-offs, right? People like to have their cake and eat it too. So they'll think that nothing has to change when they get into relationships, but it's like bro, I flirt in these lives with women all the time. You think I would still be doing it if I was in a relationship? No, I would immediately stop.
yeah,
So it's like you can't just do certain things when you are in a relationship with somebody, right? So we tried the first way, that didn't work. So now we have to try the second way. Assert the boundary. If she disrespects it, you know what you got to do. All right.
Got it.
All right, bro. Well, keep me posted on how it goes. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, Chief.
So, take care.
CC.
I'm back. So I just want to take, hopefully, just a couple minutes. If we can please take this time, stop commenting, and tap that screen. If we even had half the people that are in here right now, just power tap as I am talking. Don't comment. Don't do nothing else. Stop. If you just used to, I'm just getting here and listen while I'm cooking or cleaning or whatever. I'm asking you to get to your phone and power tap right now. Whatever you're doing, whatever made you come into this live, we can power tap. If 50 people power tapped right now, we would be jumping. These numbers would be moving. So I'm asking you right now, just stop whatever you're doing. Take 30 seconds to power tap. We can get that number to jump. See, it's already going. We're asking you to do this. Why? It helps the algorithm. It helps get more and more people in this live. You're already here in support. We're asking you to continue to show up and show the support by power tapping as fast as we possibly can. Trust me, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop with the spiel. If we can just keep going. See, we're already at 62. I know we can get to 70. 30 more seconds. We can get it. We need everybody. Everybody in here just power tapping. We want to get these numbers up. You know that when we do that, we get 400, 500, 600 people in here and more and more people wanting to join the panel, wanting to share their stories. You get more tea. You get more information. You're here for a reason, right? So we're asking that you continue to support the live. Thank you so much. Lee, we're already at 68. See, and I haven't even been up here just a couple minutes, okay? So I know that we can get the 100K before the end of the live, right? So let's keep power tapping. If you can, maybe you get a little tired, but let's go back, power tap for a couple minutes, and then you can stop listening, comment, relax, chill out. There we go, team. That's what I'm talking about. We're at 72. Thank you guys so much for doing that. We appreciate you as mod. I love coming in this space and hearing everything that everyone has to say. So I appreciate you. The other mods definitely we appreciate you. Thank you so much, you guys. Let's go, team. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Mark.
Appreciate you, CC.
Yeah.
All right. Queen Butterfly, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. I just really have a dating question.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not really dating, but I'm open to conversations right now.
Okay.
So in that situation, I'm a person who's very honest. A little bit too honest sometimes, I can say.
Okay.
And me knowing that, it's still hard for me not to be honest. Like, sometimes I just be talking, and before someone can ask me anything, I'm already telling them about who I am. And I end up telling them, like, oversharing about things, like, of my past and what I've been through and, like, how people have treated me and stuff. And it becomes, like, I guess my question is, why does a lot of men think that it's bad for women to be vulnerable at the beginning of a dating stage or a talking stage? Like, I remember when you used to be able to sit in cars and tell your whole life story, and like, you like somebody and you tell them about what's going on in your life, and y'all continue liking each other. But now it's like you tell somebody what you went through in your life, and they think that you're just a shitty person and you don't love yourself, and that they want nothing to do with you, when it's just like, I'm just telling you a story about my past.
Okay.
So,
what's the context here? Like, you sharing this kind of details on the first date?
not really, no. It's more so like I met somebody. It's happened twice since the last time I've talked to you. But I met somebody and we talked for a couple weeks, a week or two. And he would ask me what's going on. Like, he'll ask me like how my day's going, things of that sort. And I'll share with him how's my day going, the good, the bad. And then maybe, what would we say, like 3 days ago, he reached out to me and he started talking about, he all of a sudden just brought up like women who like use men and materialistic stuff and all of this stuff. And like in our conversations, he kept saying like, oh, it's not you because you're not like that. Like, I can tell you're not like that. But then he sends me a text and was like, well, you just going through too much and I know my worth and this, that, and the third. I'm just like, how do you know your worth if you're going to the women that you just talked about? Because I am like, I told him basically like I didn't want to be in a relationship. I'm still like, I just want a conversation. Like, I just want to be by myself and have conversations with people and still figure me out, because I'm not in a position that I feel like I should be like in a committed relationship right now. So me telling him that, he was open, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, I'd rather deal with somebody who's using me than somebody who's honest with me. That's what I got out of it, at least.
Is that what he told you?
In a way, he was just like, basically like, oh, you're going through a lot. And I'm like, I'm not going through anything. Like, I just told you what I did go through in my past. But it was like, I just didn't get it. But this is like the second time, like, he brought up like my past. And it's just like, that's something that I told you that I've been through. That's not something that I'm going through right now, you know?
Okay.
So
How many dates you going with this person?
one.
Okay, so
And
on the
it
first
wasn't
date.
really a date. We just kind of talked
Okay,
to the story.
so on the first date, you gave all the information away.
Not all of it, no.
All
Through the week, probably that first week I did. But he asked questions. So if you're asking questions, I'm thinking you want to know, right?
Yeah, but you have a boundary issue. Just because someone asks you, like if I ask you your social security number, you gonna give it to me?
No, of
Right.
course not.
So it's like then you know that there's certain information you give and you don't, right? But if I was married to you, would you give it to me? Yes, right? Why? Because I've earned that information now, right? We have that connection now where we share everything. That's how it works. It's you expose more of yourself as people earn it. It's not just because you ask the question, blah, right? It's like, you earn it over time, right? In addition to that, you also told him you didn't want a relationship. Did he try to sleep with you that night when y'all talked?
No.
Okay.
We never talked about sex at all.
Okay. So you also told him that you just wanted to talk and you didn't want a relationship. I understand that, but I need you to hear me. Ain't no man trying to sign up for that. That's what you want. Do you think I want, if I'm interested in you romantically, you think I want to just talk to you about your life? Why would I want to talk to you about your life? Why would I care about your life? Right? That's what you want. So you're basically, you're two in your own head. You're not thinking about there's two players here and both players have a goal. What is this person's goal? You're only thinking about your goal. And that's causing you to share things that's hurting your position. So it's like no man on God's green earth is going to hear you say you don't want a romantic connection. You just want someone to talk to, because now it's like, oh, you want me to be your emotional tampon. You just want to emotionally dump onto me and me to sit here and take it, right? No desirable man with options is going to sign up for that. So he did what most men who have options would do, which is get going. And when you probably asked him why, he just gave you some concoction to give you an answer, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. You make it make sense. All right. So, yeah, that's my problem. Like I said, I've always known I've overshared, but I was always, I guess, like you said, in my head and not really caring, because it was just like, I'd rather people know who I am than not. But as I got older, it was like, okay, it's becoming a problem, because a lot of things that you tell people, they don't really need to know all of that.
Right.
Like there's bits and pieces that you may can share, but like in depth, it's like you said, like earn it, earn to be able to know me that closely type of situation.
Yeah, think of it like it's a privilege.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a gift. Me giving you access to my inner world is a gift.
Right.
So you need to earn it through your consistency, right? And it goes both ways, right? You're both earning that access to one another. You're just giving it away too freely to freely to people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see where you say boundary issues. I think we've talked about that anyway. So I need to set boundaries, and I'm doing like, I need to find that medium.
It just takes practice. Just practice it. You're not going to get it right immediately, but just know in the back of your head, okay, let me not overshare. Maybe start with like, okay, are there specific subjects that you overshare about, right? There's probably specific things you talk about that you overshare. Okay, well, instead of trying to like hold everything in, make sure on those specific subjects, you only give a little bit.
No, not at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. You have a good night.
You do the same, love. Take care.
Yeah.
All right. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. So I came across your page before, but I never really like sat in and tried to ask any questions. But I just came across a recent situation, and it's not that recent because me and him were trying to get to know each other maybe a few months back. But I took a step back because I felt I felt what I'm starting to feel right now, and now I'm just kind of wondering what exactly is, as from a man's perspective, what is going on, because So the guy, I met him online, to be fair, just like on like a panel or something. And so I've never met him in person. We've FaceTime, we've talked and all of that on the phone. And it'll be like 1 second he's sharing every single detail of his life, right? And then the next second he's like, he don't want to answer the phone, he don't want to really communicate about nothing, and he'll even say like he'll even say something like I'm not really ready to talk and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what is wrong? Like, you just poured your entire heart and emotions out last night, and then you wake up the next morning and you just completely sidetracked. So I just been feeling like something is wrong. Like, I don't know, and maybe I'm doing something. And to be fair, I used to be kind of like the same way, where I'd come into something and I'd trauma dump and all of that. And I'm gonna be honest, I know it sounds like he might have another woman. That's the immediate thing you would think, but no, this man is like basically depressed sounding, if to put it in a nice way. Like, he'll come off like he's just really, really sad, and he stay to himself, and he don't leave the house, and he just, like, what he went through made him very reserved, and I would say very like isolated. And so I'm just like, I'm trying to be, because we have something in common, like our faith in God and the way that we move as far as like trying to enlighten other people on the word of God. But like, I don't understand how you can show that online, but then in person, in real life, you're so sad and so negative and so dark, and it feels like it's dragging me down. But then the next second, we can have a full Bible study and you're talking all of this, like, you know, positive things, and I feel like connected to him. But then the next second, I feel like you're so sad and depressed on it. I don't want to get connected to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to drag my energy down because I'm trying to seek something with you, and 1 second you're light and the next second you're dark, you know?
Okay. How long have you been
And I
talking?
don't want to, sorry to interrupt. I just want to say, I don't want to go into super detail about what his issues are, but he basically went through a very traumatic situation where he almost died on the case of his brother, you know? And so it's something where he don't trust people, but then you tell me your entire life story, then you turn around and say, but I don't trust people. Like, you need, I don't know.
Okay. So, how long have you been talking to this person?
So when we first were talking, like a few months back, it was probably literally for a month. Like, when I started seeing the back and forth, I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. And then he addressed it, and he just said, you know, that it's just something he like got trust issues, and he tend to push people away and blah blah blah. So it's like, how you have like self-awareness but you don't. I don't know. He's just very confusing to me. And it's giving, I just don't care anymore, but I'm trying to be, you know, gentle about it. Like, maybe the kid is like traumatized.
Gotcha.
You know.
So, talking for a month, and you actually had a conversation with him about this issue, and he told you that he doesn't really trust people, and he pushes people away.
Right.
Okay. So, why do you want to continue?
Because then, you know what? That sounds crazy. I think it's more like, I don't know. I guess in my mind, there's like a certain type of man that I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes I feel like he fits the description. And then the next second, I feel like he don't. So like that back and forth is, yeah, I think I'm going to be honest. Like, in past relationships, I've always gone for the guy that be super sad. And then I try to build them up and make them, you know, like, I can give you some examples. Like, I've had men, like, live with me, and I've redid a man's wardrobe. I've moved a man out of his mama's house. I put a man in medical school. So it's like, am I just some sort of, you know, wannabe savior complex? I don't know.
Yeah, sounds like
savior. And I don't know this man enough to really go so hard for him. So right. I'm just kind of feeling like, leave me alone.
Yeah, sounds like a bit of a savior complex, control issues. A lot of times women, like, seek out the downtrodden. It's a way for them to feel needed, and they think that either consciously or unconsciously that if this person needs them, then they can't leave them or hurt them, right? So this is definitely something to unpack, right? So that you stop doing it. But this connection doesn't sound like it'll work. especially because you haven't met him in person. So you don't even have enough data to make a determination. I mean, you have enough data to make the determination that you don't want to continue, but you don't know who this person is. You have a parasocial relationship mixed with the fantasy of talking to their persona online, but you've not shared an embodied experience with this person, so you can't possibly know who they are. And you don't even like the fantasy of the person.
No, I was just gonna say, I feel like it could be a parasocial thing, but then I feel just like, yeah, maybe that's what it is, like more parasocial. I know I had controlling issues when I was younger, and I just don't feel like that's coming out as much anymore when it comes to me dating. But I know in this predicament, when it comes to him, I just was trying to really just meet him where he is. I was trying not to be an a-hole and just cut him off because the man sounded like he need help. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're not the person to help him, right? Like, he has to get help from other sources.
Yeah.
You know? So let him go do that.
I think my issue is like I be feeling like dating is hard, and if I find anybody that has just like the simplest, not the simplest, but some like they check off some of my bigger, non-negotiables, then I try to like see it through for the stuff that I feel like could be small.
You're not seeing the full picture. Let me tell you what I see. So, not even considering everything that he's told you. He said one thing that ruins this whole relationship. He doesn't trust people and he pushes people away.
Yeah.
He's aware of it. He's done nothing to change it. So given that he's done nothing to change it, it guarantees he's going to do that in this situation. Doesn't matter what boxes he checks if he's telling you, I am guaranteed to sabotage this connection. That's essentially what he's telling you. I'm guaranteed to sabotage this connection. And you're like, well, you believe in God, so let's give it a try. It's like, yeah, y'all would talk about God until he leaves, until he sabotages the connection, right? Now you're heartbroken and you gotta spend 6 months to a year healing from it. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah. I think, when I think about like the specifics of it, I mentioned him pushing people away. He said, yes, I like to stay to myself, and he but then he plays the victim of like, nobody gets me, nobody understands me, what I've been through, so people just leave me, and I just don't want to be like, oh dang, bye, because it seems like, but also I don't know you that well to try to like hold space and be like, no, I'm not gonna leave you. Like, I don't owe him that, but I also feel bad about it. Like, maybe I should just sit by as a friend or a support, but I don't know.
No.
I'm seeing the girl runs and leave him alone. Thank y'all. I mean, I love myself. Don't get me wrong, but that's my whole thing, is that I love myself so much. I don't want to come off like a jerk.
No, that's a rationalization. This is a self-love issue. You're putting yourself in a situation where like you could really be hurt and have no upside here, right? Like, you're willing to make all of these changes and put yourself on the line for a person you've not met yet. Not even met him yet. We're talking about a hypothetical person. You're willing to do all this for a hypothetical person. You've not met this man.
My therapist said I have a tendency to settle. And what am I settling for? And like that, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even look at it as settling. I look at it as like, you getting with people unconsciously who need you. That's all. You're getting with people who need you. So, I think it's deeper. I think it's deeper than settling. So that's what I would unpack. But yeah, I would leave the situation alone. It's going nowhere.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
All right, I appreciate that.
No problem.
I guess I just needed some confirmation from another parasocial relationship.
Right.
You have a good night.
You take care. All right, who we got? Romance Wellness. Okay, buddy dropped. Miss Red.
Hi.
Hello.
Alright, so my question is basically, this doesn't pertain to me, but it does pertain to a very close friend.
Mm-hmm.
And her and her guy, they dated about 5 years. They were in a relationship. Well, they've been knowing each other for 6 years. They dated for 5 years. She had broken up with him, but I think in the situation she wasn't like fully saying that it was like over, because she actually told him that they could still, still kick it, hang out. Basically, I think she was trying to still give him a shot to like, kind of get it right. She was basically looking for him to reciprocate some of the things that she was doing. He would tell her all the time he was ready. He was ready to get married, of course. They did all that. He was, at that point where he was ready to settle down, blah, blah, blah. I think to her, it was just more of him showing, just a little bit more than what he was doing. And so he took her conversation wrong. Apparently he thought that she broken up with him to go be with someone else, which, like I was telling her, she's not responsible for how someone else perceives something. So he perceived it wrong. He was, I guess, basically probably was telling family and friends that, she broken up with him to go be with another man. And somehow it kind of got back to her. She seen him online, basically telling the people in his room, because he actually DJs on TikTok. And he was talking to the people in his room, and he was telling them that, she moved on to someone else, and she caught wind of it. She called him and was basically, just telling him, like, why was he, talking about her online to the people in his room. And not just that, but why was he assassinating her character like that? Because that clearly wasn't her, and it clearly wasn't true. So apparently that kind of led them to talking. They ended up talking face to face. And he, basically told her what he, presumed was just totally wrong. He did apologize to her because he took the whole conversation just totally wrong. And he actually felt like that's what she had did. And so, like I was telling, to me, basically telling her, I thought maybe, that was their way of, maybe clearing the air, clearing up a lot of miscommunication. But then he started seeing someone in the midst of it. I think he was seeing someone probably about 3 months. He confirmed it that night that he was seeing someone. So she left. He was telling her, he still loved her, this and that. She left when he confirmed that, pretty much what she knew already. She kind of knew he had started seeing someone. So she left. He calls her, just kind of texting, asking her how she's doing, this and that. And they ended up talking again. And then he calls her and just like pouring his heart out, was like, he never got over the situation. He was very much still in love with her. And I guess cause to me, I'm like, I don't really know what to pretty much tell her, because I'm like, he didn't got over here in this situation over here. And she feels like he's leaning more towards the new situation, because she asked him, what are you going to do about the person that you're seeing? And he's basically like, like, he's not saying he's confused, but he's just saying like, this is a situation he never got into. He was like, I wouldn't have never did that. You let go of the situation. But then he tells her like, I still kind of felt like you were, still wanting, to keep the relationship. Which she was like, yeah, that was basically the whole point of me saying, that they can still kick it and, hang out and everything. So to her, it's like, is he leaning more towards the new situation or, what? Because it's like now he just feels like he needs time to, and she feels like, if you really still, love me, then that should have been a no-brainer.
Okay. What's the question, love?
I guess the question is like, I don't know, I don't know what to tell her. If he might be leaning, I don't know if he's leaning towards the new situation or is he actually wanting to keep his relationship with her? Because I don't know.
Gotcha. It's not something I can really help with because you're an outsider, so you don't have all the details. You had a lot of details for someone not in the situation, but I can pretty much gauge you don't have all the details of the situation. But if we're saying that he got with somebody else, right? After they were some time apart, and how long has it been since they've been apart?
They've been separated for about 7 months, and he was seeing this person for about 3 months, 3.5 months.
And they got separated because he assumed that she was dealing with somebody else?
Yes.
Why did he assume that she was dealing with somebody else? Do you know?
Because of the conversation that they had.
What was the conversation that they had about?
It was more like she was telling him that, I think it was more like a comparison, but she was saying like, she cut a friendship off that he wanted her to cut off. And she was telling him that, okay, I cut this situation off in hopes that, you will start showing me a little bit more.
Okay. And his response to that was what?
So, and I guess he basically took it as if maybe like she was wanting to be with that person. Pretty much.
So he didn't ask her to cut that relationship off.
What are you meaning? Their relationship or the friendship?
He didn't ask her to cut the friendship.
Well, he did ask her to cut it off, and at some point she did cut it off.
Okay.
But it was kind of like he was giving her like an ultimatum, like, you cut this off, I can show you this right here, and I can show you that. So once she made up her mind to cut that friendship off,
I'm confused as to how her doing exactly what he requested her to do led to him believing that she was dealing with the same person.
That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Without talking to them or the person involved, like, it's not going to make much sense. So not much I can tell you. Yeah, I can't really answer this question. I need details, and right now the story just simply doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, love. Best of luck to you. It was her, right? Clearly her. Clearly her situation. How do you have all those details? I asked very intentional questions to see how many details she had access to. You have too many details. 100% your situation. You could have just admitted it's your situation. We could have actually came to a conclusion. Gave you the opportunity to. I ended the call for a reason. We wanted a real solution. Just admit that it's your situation so we can actually get into the nitty gritty. Okay, V, what's going on?
Hi, so I've been dealing with this person and he is so sexist. Like, there are times where he'll say stuff like, you're a woman. It's okay for a man to lie. He can lie about all this, all that. But for you, it's not okay to lie. So my question is, like, how do I go about this? How do I tell him that, just, how do I adjust the issue? Because I don't know where to start or how to talk to him about this.
He said
So,
it's okay for him to lie, but not for you to lie.
yes.
Why do you want to keep dealing with this person?
I love him, and I just feel like I don't know, he's my man. Like, we have been dating for 4 or 5 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did this conversation come up?
So today, I didn't have work today, but then he texted me. He was like, I'm eating this, and that. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then I was like, I'm just taking a break. And then he didn't ask me if I was at work. And then he called me, he got mad. And then he was like, so you lied to me. You didn't tell me you was at work. And I was like, I didn't check the messages. I didn't tell you I was at work. I just told you that I was just taking a break, from like whatever I was doing. I never told you I was at work. And you know where I'm at. Like, my location and everything. So I'm not at work. And then he's like, sometimes like women, y'all always lying. And that's why it makes a man cheat. But then all of that is just questioning myself. Like, how do I go about that? Where do I stand? Do I feel like, is this the person I should just continue with? Or like, do I just, take a step back?
Wait,
and
that was the
just...
conversation?
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
how did
he
you...
went on and saying that it's okay for a man to lie, but it's not okay for a woman to lie. It's not, a man can't lie just to protect a woman, but a woman shouldn't be lying because she's the one who goes through this, and that. So I don't understand.
Okay. I get more of what he's saying now. I'm not saying I agree, but it's taken on a different meaning than when you said it the first time.
Okay.
Okay. You gave him the label of sexist. Is there any other evidence to suggest that is the case?
No.
So just this one-off situation?
I'm sorry, you said?
So just this one-off situation?
No, there has been like all these, I don't know, it's just a whole lot going on. Sometimes he comes off like a little controlling, but I don't take as if, he's controlling. And then there are times where he'll tell me that he's not, but then it scares me because I feel like, what if he is?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What specifically is he doing that is making you feel like he's controlling?
The way he talks to me, the way he makes it seem like, everything is about a man this, a man that, a man this, a man
Okay.
that.
Give me a specific example.
It's a lot of them, but there was this one time, oh God, I don't remember, but it was just something about like, we were going somewhere on a date and then we walked out, we're stepping out the restaurant and then he's like, God, he said something, but then there were like it was like 2 men just like walking up, just walking past us. And then he had that person, just said something about me, it was a compliment, but I never responded. And then he got so pissed about that. And he's like, that's why you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. You should dress like this. You should dress like that. And I was like, I'm dressed the way, just the way you approach me. You
What was
like
the
the way I
What was the
look,
compliment?
and I'm just,
What was the compliment?
He said something about like my outfit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was a genuine compliment. It wasn't somebody attempting to hit on you.
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, controlling fits. All right. So, a couple of things. You've been dating him for 4 or 5 months?
Yes.
Not relationship, just dating.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, relationship. I mean, we are like, in a relationship.
How long have you been in a relationship?
I would say like maybe 3 months.
3 months? Okay.
Yeah.
So that sounds like over the course of all of this didn't happen yesterday, right? So you said there's been many examples. So that tells me that
Yes.
through the entire 3 months, of being together, there's been example after example after example, experience after experience after experience, and being controlling.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you want to be with someone who is controlling?
I just feel like I'm attached to him already. So.
Okay. I agree. But you know you'll get more attached the longer you stay, right?
You said I have what?
I said, you know you're going to get more attached the longer you stay, right?
I agree.
Right? But do you think, and he's also going to be controlling, if not more so, the longer y'all are together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think this situation is going to play out?
I have no idea.
Give me a guess. How do you think it's going to play out? You being a woman who's attached to this man and him being controlling. What do you think happens three more months, a year down the road? You think it's going to be a positive experience?
No, it's not.
It's going to be a negative experience, right? A lot of pain, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to experience that?
No, I do not.
Okay, so you know what you got to do, right? So it's like, when do you want to feel the pain, right? You know what you got to do, right? So when do you want to feel the pain? Do you want to feel the pain now, or do you want to feel the pain later? More pain later, by the way.
I don't want to feel any pain.
Okay, well, if you want to feel the smallest amount of pain possible, you would end the relationship. Because the relationship is going to end. If he's controlling, and controlling people don't change, right? Unless there's a reason for them to change. And if you're being with them, there's no reason for them to change, right? Because you're rewarding their controlling behavior by way of being with them, okay? Mm-hmm. So the relationship is going to end. So at some point, you're going to have to experience the end of the pain of the relationship ending, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to get more attached over time, which means if you end it down the road, you're going to be hurting even more. And you're going to have to deal with the pain and the annoyance and the negative experience of dealing with somebody who's controlling. Does all that make sense? I'm trying to paint the picture for you so you can make a decision, right? Mm-hmm. So you don't have to make a decision now, but like, it doesn't get better. Okay?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about just, maybe letting him go. But I don't know how to bring this up to him or be like, we're done or whatever. But it's just hard. I feel like maybe tomorrow or whatever, I'll just hit him up and be like, okay, can I see you or something?
Yeah, that's good. Maybe a public place is the best option. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get better. But you start seeing that, you might want to, moving forward, right? Because if he's controlling now, he's been controlling. So you saw behavior, his controlling behavior in nature earlier on, and it probably was ignored. Those type of things don't go away. So moving forward, when you're in situations like that, it's best to, exit sooner than later. Okay?
Okay.
All right, love. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So somebody said definitely not leaving. Of course she's not leaving. She's staying there. But people need to feel enough pain to leave. But we planted a seed, so hopefully, eventually, she'll make the right decision. All right, who we got next? DMO.
Hi.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
What can I do for you?
I just wanted to hop on here, kind of piggybacking on what you just said about like feeling enough to where you leave. I'm not somebody that needs like too many warnings, but I was in a situation where somebody did something that I felt was disrespectful, and I told them, they like told me before they did it that they were planning to do it, and I was like, okay, if you do that, see what happens. And they did it, and then I ended up cutting things off, but I did it like over the phone. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I kind of felt bad about that. Typically I wouldn't, but I had a relationship with somebody in the past and things didn't work, and I blocked them, and like they ended up passing away. So I think I have like trauma with not being able to communicate with somebody and like speak to them in person and end things on a positive note. So I ended up asking the person if they would be willing to like have a conversation to clear the air, not to like rekindle anything, but I guess just to settle my own conscience. So I asked if they would be willing to have a phone conversation, or like if I could just send a message, because it was really for me more than them, frankly. And they responded like a few days later saying they were willing to like schedule a conversation. But I don't know, at that point, I kind of just wanted to send a message.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent the message basically like taking accountability for my end of things and like expressing appreciation and stuff. And then they opened the message, and then this like random girl started like spamming, watching my social media. And then the person that I apologized to like sent me a picture on Instagram of them and that girl, and I didn't even follow them on the social media, and then blocked me. And I'm just like confused as to why, if that was the case, why they would even respond. I guess because I wasn't looking to like threaten any type of relationship the person had. And I still don't understand why the girl is still watching my social media. And I don't know, was that like a heinous act to intentionally hurt me? I'm just trying to wrap my mind around what happened.
Possibly. But did you end thing with this person?
Yeah, like I ended things a long time ago, but it was just like still weighing on my mind that I didn't just express like still gratitude. Like, yeah, you did something so our relationship couldn't work, but as a person, I still appreciate you. And like, I do apologize for the things I didn't do correctly. And like, I wish you the best in life. That's basically the message that I sent. And then after that, like the next day, the girl started like watching me, and then he sent me a picture of him and the girl, and then blocked me, but then still was watching my I don't know, it's just like weird. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, not everything is meant to be understood. Just block and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Just block, keep it moving. You're wasting time and energy investing your attention in this situation. Just simply don't care. Remove your energy and live your life.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair enough. Okay, that was all.
All right, love.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, no more calls. No more calls. What's going on, chat? People in the queue, I apologize. No more calls tonight. Catch me tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I didn't get to your question. Yeah, 11 is the cutoff time, Miss Aldrich. Are you in the queue? Unfortunately. Y'all gotta be quicker than that. Gotta be quicker than that. I'm over 2 hours. The no matchmaking, first time seeing it. Yeah. It doesn't work. Well, it works. It's somewhat effective, actually. We've had significantly less or fewer people call in for matchmaking. It still happens from time to time, but before it was a real problem. So letting these people tell these long stories. You're right. There's no solution to that. Well, I won't say there's no solution. I've yet to find one. Because there's new people who stumble upon these lives. And I don't have the patience or the willingness to, every time a call starts, to tell people to start with the question and then give me the details. I would have to do it before every call. I don't want to do it. But yes, people do not know how to communicate succinctly. Like I already said, I'm gonna have to launch like a communication course, because doing these lives, it's like, oh, people are really bad at communicating. Add it to your banner. It's not gonna help. And the banner is already long enough. You wouldn't even be able to see me if I add all that shit to the banner. Yes. Whoever's begging to be let up, I'm not accepting any more calls. Like there's no combination of words you can put together that will make me accept a call. Okay? So if you have a question, you can drop it in the chat, or you can wait till tomorrow. So I tell the men I'm talking to, hold on, what did I say? Started telling men I'm talking to answer the question specifically. You tell them answer the question specifically. In real life, I don't have these conversations. Like in real life, the people that I talk to, I don't ever have to say that phrase. But on live, for whatever reason, I have to be like, hey, that question that I asked, right? It requires an answer. Kind of how questions work, right? And I'll tell people like specifically what happened. And then they'll repeat whatever they just said. And I'm like, specifically what happened. And then they'll rephrase it, still not be specific. Then I have to give them an example of what specific means. And I'm like, what is happening? What is happening here? I don't understand it. This is incredibly frustrating. I feel like people's nerves might be doing it too. That's possible. People could be nervous coming up in front of all these people answering questions. So I try to give grace, but it's hard to remember to give grace when you're being incredibly frustrated. And I'm like, bro, just answer the question. I don't appreciate being talked about like I'm not here. That's not you, CC. You are long-winded, CC, when you tell your stories, but that's not you. When the mods or day ones get long-winded, I don't think of it as long-winded because we have a different dynamic. But if you're a stranger to me, I want you to get to the point. Intelligence crisis, we're cooked. We're cooked as a society. We might be, bro. They are not focused, just want to hear what they want to. Yeah. I forget there's so many people in here. It's like I'm talking on the phone. Yeah, no matter what that number says, number could say 1,000. We've had over 1,000 people in here. It's just a number. I guess it doesn't register that there's that many unique people watching. It's just a number. Men and women are completely different. It's the true test. What are you referencing, Mark and Faith? Very interesting commenters. When people leave a lot of exclamation points or they type in all caps, they tend to be a bit unhinged. Why are you so hype? I don't understand it. You can almost automatically block someone who's using a lot of exclamation points and typing in all caps. They are batshit crazy. 100% of the time, they're batshit crazy. The most normal people, I'm gonna tell you the most normal people, right? There's like, again, I'll say there's studies and I cannot point to you to the studies, right? People who make content typically display higher levels of narcissism. Makes sense, right? Because it's like narcissistic traits. Because you feel like your voice needs to be heard, right? A tier below that are people who comment. So the chat, right? Because you may not think that you won't need to be heard as much as I do, but you still think you need to be heard because you leave comments, right? There's a shit ton of people who just watch this and don't say a word. I can look at these people. There's people I've never spoken to right now watching. Courtney Atkins is watching right now. What's going on, Courtney? Beautiful. Add her to the spreadsheet. Who else we got? Oh no, the spreadsheet is capped out, right? Misty Kane. Also, Misty, what's going on, Misty? Misty, you should follow immediately because I have not met your acquaintance. I feel like that should have happened by now. I don't understand why it hasn't. Does not make sense. The normal people are the people who watch and they don't say anything. Those are the normal people who just watch and they don't say anything. They're the people who will watch a TikTok video and they will scroll and they may like, but they're never in the comments. They just, it's my sister. My sister does not, you will never see a comment. You'll never see any of that. She will watch and that's it. Them be the normal people. The most fucked, the most touched ones are the creators. And then it's the commenters. And then the normal people are the watchers. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. That's how it works. I thought his engagement, yeah. Obviously, I'm joking. There's a kernel of truth to what I just said, but it's not that black and white, right? This is like a soap opera. Yeah. The sweater looks awfully warm. It is. I'm low-key hot in it, to be honest with you. No, I love the engagement. We're just all crazy together. I appreciate you. This is like the psych ward. We're just all be batshit crazy together. It's a lovely cardigan. I appreciate it. I only wear it on these lives. My sister got it for me. I don't fuck with the hood. I don't fuck with the hood on a cardigan. So I'll wear this bitch to check the mail and hop on lives. I'm still streaming on YouTube. Let me stop the stream. Sorry, YouTube.